2022 Suzuki Hyabusa Gsxr 1300. Guys, this machine packs a punch. This is not for your novice rider. This isn't my first sport bike by Fisher-Price. This thing has got a lot of power, and it's a longer wheelbase bike, and it's much heavier than a lot of sport bikes. Some people call it the gentleman's sport bike because it's really good on the highway to use the commuter if you've been riding a while and you want to be a little more comfortable than you are, say, on a Gsxr 1000. Which bike is faster? Some people say this, some people say the Kawasaki ZX14. I don't know. I don't want to be going that fast on either one of them, but I will tell you this is an extremely fast machine, top speed, and has a strong rate of acceleration. It's also a girthy machine. Let's call it Girth Brooks, if you would. It's got a lot of weight to it, a lot of size to it, and it feels substantial when it's underneath you. Starting from the very first thing you see here on the front, Suzuki is running the Brembo brakes here on the Hyabusa. Brembo makes a nice high-end brake component, and their brakes are on a lot of high-end cars, exotic cars, and European cars. This model is also ABS, which stands for anti-lock brake system. That's awesome. That's going to keep you from going into a slide and a panic stop there. You want to keep the bike upright as possible. Coming around to the front, you're going to see it has the Hyabusa symbol. For you guys that don't know, that's Japanese. The word Hyabusa actually means falcon in Japanese, which is an interesting little piece of information there. Coming around to the front, take a look at the cockpit controls, man. This is very neat. Adjustable suspension and different modes that you can actually put in. Now, what's cool about that is those mode buttons allow you to detune it and make it a little slower, or go to the next mode, which might pick you up in performance and get the full performance out of the 1300cc motor. So on a rainy day when you don't want to be putting all that power to the rear wheel, or if you're just starting off on a Hyabusa and maybe your last bike was a Gsxr 600 or 750, you might want to take it easy. Again, adjustable suspension on the front up there, which is really nice. And you have all the creature comforts that you would want on any sport bike. Nice high windscreen you can tuck in behind. And again, just a beefy machine, man. Just look at that. Love the new flat metallic blue here around the bottom of the seat and on the front of the machine carried again. Now this particular unit, we've put a Yoshi pipe on just to get that thing breathing and sounding better. Coming around to the rear over here, nice tapered, coming to a point, nice tapered seat. And what's awesome about this is you actually have a seat right here for the passenger that's actually comfortable enough to be riding on with a passenger, and not just some of your very small sport bike seats, say like on this Gsxr 750. Very different. Again, this would be comfortable enough to have two people on the back for a small amount of time, or maybe a day ride or something like that. These are going to be your rear foot pegs for the back. That's pretty self-explanatory. Nice thick chain. It's going to take that to handle the horsepower. And coming around, you need to see that this is an inline 4 motor. It's both liquid cooled, chain driven, and even has a steering stabilizer here up in the front. If you can zoom down in here and take a look at this little guy. And that's to keep that steering straight and not being floppy with that steering stabilizer, and just make it feel a lot more stable, especially at speed. It's going to make it feel a lot more stable as you're going into turns and things like that with some momentum behind you here. Very cool machine. Even has a little passing light you can push and hold, and that'll flick the light to the car in front of you and let you know, hey, I'm in a Hyabusa and I'm coming around. So that is the 2022 Suzuki Gsxr Hyabusa.